Hello, welcome or welcome back to Mama on Paper. Let me just adjust this view really quick. I wanted to do a video today in regards to what I've seen talked about as like a planner graveyard, as well as my most used notebooks and the ones I use every day or almost every day. Some of them, you know, one of them specifically, I don't use every single day, sometimes not even once a week. But first, I want to address my hands, right? So, first off, my nails are atrocious. I do want to make a couple of points about that though, before we get started. So first, I want to say that I hadn't had a manicure, I think in almost 12 years, and just because they're expensive and I'd rather allocate that money somewhere else. But my husband was like noticing that I was extremely stressed when I had got my nails done, and so he was like, hey, I want you to go take a day to yourself and get a manicure and a pedicure. I do get pedicures every year, a couple times a year, but I hadn't had one in like maybe a year and a half since before having my son, or since right before I had my son. And you know, I took advantage of it, and but right now we are on extreme debt payment, and you know, that's just one of the things that I'm holding off on. But I am gonna go on Saturday. Today is actually Wednesday, so that's super exciting. Second, I know I have old lady hands, and I have been told that before. When I used to have an Instagram, someone was like, oh, whose hands are those? And I'm like, oh, they're mine. And he was like, oh, they kind of look like old lady hands. And I totally agree, you know. So I don't like my hands, which is one of the reasons I almost didn't start this YouTube channel, because I only want to be showing my hands and talking about stationery and notebooks. So don't mind that. I'm kind of gonna get over that myself. But first, I want to talk kind of a little bit about the topic of a planner graveyard. I seen that on the internet, and I was like, man, planner graveyard. So things that I've started this last year that just did not work for me. So these are my most used, and it seems like a lot now that I have them all together. There's 5. Yeah, that seems like excessive to me, but when they're not all put together like this, I didn't even realize. But these are my planner graveyard, right? So this one real quick. So I had got this based off a recommendation from Seaweed Kisses in one of her videos, that it was fountain pen friendly, and I was like, oh my gosh, you know, it has a spot for the date, and you know, I can make notes and everything. I can't remember if she said it or not, but I don't like perforated edges, and since having this notebook, I've come to realize that. I've tried to use it for multiple different things. As you can see, there was like writing here before. I just tear the pages out because I'm like, well, I can do that, you know. Even in the back, oh my gosh, it looks atrocious. I even tried to glue a page down, and then I was like, you know what, I don't like that, so I tore it out. There's a couple of pages back here too I tore out. But I've tried to use this notebook several times. One for like a devotional or Bible journal, but like I said, I don't like the perforated edges, and to be using it every single day and to want to archive it and hold on to it, I just didn't feel that this was sufficient enough, because the pages could just fall out. Secondly, recently I tried to use it as kind of like a morning pages situation. I'm not consistent with that at all, because I have 2 children. One's 2, one's 1, if you're new here. And there's no way I can do this every single day. Like I can barely pull out my little scratch pad pocket notebook every day, let alone try and do a whole 3 spreads full of notes just from my brain. So I try to do like 1 page, right? Try to do 1 page once a day, and even that didn't work. So I'm considering cutting it down to an A6 size. I've seen Serica, I think it's Serica Studios, correct me if I'm wrong, but Serica Studio, she had an A6 notebook and she just writes I feel and she just journals a little page. Or it's just like half a page, but it's an A6 size, and I was like, oh, maybe that's cool, you know. I might do pocket. I don't know, I might cut it even smaller. My lovely mother, her client is actually gonna let me borrow a paper cutter. She has like one of those really thick paper cutter things, and I'm like, oh yeah, I need that, you know, because I tried to go to Staples, which CB Kisses, she talks about that. Her name's Michelle, but Michelle talks about that. Going to Staples and getting her books cut all the time. And so I was like, okay, cool. I took the kids and went to Staples, and she told me no. She was like, yeah, we only have one cutting machine and I can't do that because that notebook has glue on the binding. And I was like, oh, well, thanks. So I gotta figure out how to cut this myself. But my mom said that her client has one and she's gonna come next week, and her client said that we could borrow it. Super exciting there. Secondly, I had this personal size rings. I was going to use it as a planner. This is my first attempt at planning outside of a bullet journal. And it didn't go well because I found out I don't like these rings. At least not in this size. And yeah, I reused this. I bought this sticker paper from Amazon. Reusable sticker paper. It's double-sided. And now this is where I hold my stickers. So I take them off the sheets and I put them in here. Of course, Coffee Monster stickers. Got some other stickers in here. And I still need to transfer all of my other stickers that I just got from my Coffee Monsters co-order. Some extra sticky paper here for Happy Meal that I like to send out. So if I buy something from someone or they send me something for free, oh my gosh, because there are lovely people in their group. And look at this cute little elephant. I've had this keychain for so many years, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use it right there. So I just keep it here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's got some more stickers back here, a little Rhodia notepad, and my sticker tweezers. I used to think that these were useless until I had tiny icon stickers, and I was like, no, I need those. I definitely do. Okay. So now I want to go into my most used notebooks. This pile here. So first, this is my scratch pad, my daily notes, my calendar, my task list, my weekly planner. You know, it has basically everything in here. I just scribble it out and toss the notebook when it's done. And I actually already bought a pocket common planner from Sterling Ink because I bought something else that I'm going to show you in a second that's, yeah, I'll get into that. My sketchbook almost every day, almost. So this one's kind of new, but I got little drawings in here. This one I'm kind of proud of, so I'll show you that one, but that is it. I just put the date. I actually put this on here. This is from Dollar Tree, by the way, if you haven't seen my other video. It's just a blank notebook. The paper is great. It's fountain pen friendly, and I love drawing in markers and fountain pens. But I've seen in a separate video, this guy, he bought elastic, just put holes. You just glue the elastic down and then cover it with tape. And then you can close it. So that's how I did that. But that is my sketchbook. This is my diary. I would love to use this every day, but like I said, you know, in my other video, my little pocket scratch pad, pocket notebook, I just rapid log or rapid journal, just main points like we did this, and then 2 or 3, sometimes 4 days later, like today, I journal back 4 days worth of journaling or diary keeping in here. And I just use this common planner. It's a B6 vertical full year, and in the blank pages in the back is where I do my journaling. So it just looks like that. And I'm not going to show you details because it's extremely personal. And deep dark secrets and thoughts. That's my diary. And I use that every 3 to 4 days, we'll say. This is my Bible journal, my devotional journal. This is actually 2026 Kinboard A5 planner. As you can see, it says 2026. I don't pay attention to the dates. I just go in here and whatever I read in my Bible on a daily basis or from church, these are all church notes in the front that I put. In the back here, I have just some other notes. My church actually did a summit. I guess I do it every year. But yeah, I just got, Bible notes back here, church notes, takeaways, and things like that in these grid pages. So that is what I use this for. So I don't pay attention to the dates. I just use it however I need. I just like the paper, and I thought that notebook was just so cute. This is where I keep my bills information on a monthly basis. Keep track of my income, outgoing, things like that, which I won't show you, but it's over here in the front, right there. And then the back here, I kind of started doing like commonplacing, and I try to do these lines like how Helen does with the Coffee Monsters Co. in her commonplace notebook, but honestly, I have mixed reviews about it. I'm not sure exactly how I feel about that, but that's basically what I use this for, is random notes and bills. Oops, I don't know how that happened. Random notes and bills. And next I wanted to talk about what I just purchased. So I don't know if you guys know, but if you get a credit card with a bank, sometimes you get points, right? And so Amazon had points with our credit card. So I said, oh, I can get this for pretty much free because we have points that'll completely cover the payment of this. And I was looking at reviews and different pocket notebook cover options. And the reason I did that was because I wanted to take my notebooks out of here, put them in here. But as you can see, the size on this is different, right? Try not to think of it in a bad way, but it's different. It's a little bigger. She's just a little thicker, but this is the closest I could get to my favorite color. My favorite color is maroon, and it's so cute. So this is a leather cover made in Mexico. This is an extra pen holder for a thicker pen, like a fountain pen, which super cool. But anywho, in here it comes with this note from the person that made it. Genuine leather. This piece is made by hand by a Mexican artisan. The skin retains natural marks or signs that reflect the authentic appearance of natural skin. These factors cause small differences in color and texture. This is not a defect, but is guaranteed that you are acquiring a natural, handmade, and unique producto. By buying this product, you help the conversation of handmade artisan products made in Mexico. Super cool. I did see in the reviews that some people actually got an additional gift with their purchase. I did not, but that's totally fine. Yeah, so it has this little pocket here, has this flap. It has a pocket back here, a pen loop that actually fits my Uni Jetstream, which is a little thick. I use it right here, and it actually fits in there. So I already had it in there just to test it out, but just, it's brand new, so it's kind of, gotta work it in there a little bit. But it fits in there, right? And as you can see, there's a lot of give, right? So I had my little notebooks in here, and the way I was thinking about using it was putting a notebook back here, a pocket notebook, and then I tried to put it here, but then I was kind of blocking the pen, and it wouldn't really fit back here. And I was gonna use my daily scratch pad right here. Comes with this bookmark, and this elastic band to hold it closed. And then I got to thinking, because I seen in the reviews, a lot of the pictures, they had like a little Moleskine daily or a Moleskine weekly planner, or they even had like some other little pocket notebook. And I was like, you know what? What if instead of having my little toss away scratch pads, I just have my planner, my finances, and my scratch pad all in one book. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it because the book is like this big. It's from Sterling Ink, the B6 common planner that I was using for my diary. I was trying to use that as like a planner and all of that, but I don't like keeping, I didn't want to archive my bills, and I didn't want to archive my household chores and my appointments and things that don't really matter to me. It's not a memory keeper. I wasn't putting memories in the front where the planning part is. I was only basically using it as a diary, and I just want to keep those two things completely separate. But the thing with the pocket common planner that I'm thinking is that the planner portion, the finance portion, and all of the front part with the weekly planning and everything is all tossable information for me, in addition to the last pages, which is like more than half of the, I think it's literally like 200 pages of notes pages that will just be for scratch notes and scratch pad. I believe I will run out of pages though, which is totally fine. I'll figure out a different solution from there, but that's what I'm going to use because I really want to use this on a daily basis because it's just so darn cute, and it's basically my favorite color. Thought Raw is the company, and it's so smooth and soft, and it smells so good with the leather, and I just really want to use it on a daily basis, but I can't use it with the system that I have currently with this traveler's notebook. So I'm gonna try and use this as something else, which hopefully I will have another video on in the near future. But I just want to introduce this and wait until my planner comes in the mail, and then I will show you how I'm going to use it and set it up and everything. So thank you for hanging out with me today, and hope you're doing well. I will see you soon. Bye.